who in a sneaky way are stealing from your own family through relationships and manipulation, and you're like, wait a minute. So anyway, pretty sad to come here in the middle of the night and 2 or 3 in the morning to go to the bathroom in freezing cold weather, and you don't want to be there, trust me. This way. So we were officially in West Philly. Once we crossed the bridge, we were in West Philly. And this heads over to Drexel University, and the University of Pennsylvania is farther south. It's south of Drexel. They kind of mesh together, these two schools, a little bit. Two very different schools. Drexel is like a technical university. They do other things. UPenn is supposedly, or supposed to be, Ivy League, 1933 on this. And those would be typically wealthier kids, or kids who really excelled. Which way are we going? They used to have bus stations for like Bolt and everything over here. They switched it because there was a lot of construction, and I haven't been over here since the construction has ended. Over here. And when you ride buses like Bolt might not exist now, but like Megabus or what have you, it's almost like a Hogwarts station. Like there's no markers, they just pull up to the sidewalk and pick you up, and you hope to God you're in the right spot. So of course those are city public buses over there. That's Lucy. So Lucy is a loop around University City, I guess. It's a special loop. So it says loop through University City. Welcome to West Philly, the Drexel University area. That's the Schuylkill Yards over there. In a way, it's mimics or kind of is a miniature version of the Hudson Yards up in New York City, which, you know, connects to the High Line, and you can walk the High Line through a good portion of lower Manhattan, I guess, like 34th through whatever. And I will say this, I took that tour recently and I am impressed, but I will say that it looks larger on a video. It's actually narrower and smaller than you would think based on images you see online, and very crowded. So in a way, it's like tourist central, and 50 million people are walking the High Line. But it's a neat thing to do, you know, at least once. So I haven't been up here in a while, and this AVIRA, is that brand new? I don't even know what it is, but it looks like luxury rental studio to 3 bedrooms. Oh, it looks like viral, but it's aviraliving.com. But if you read it a certain way, it could look like viral. This brings me to a touchy subject. What if you start experiencing, sort of like the pandemic, but what if you start experiencing something, but it's like too weird and it's off? It doesn't seem like, it seems like someone's trying to manipulate, say, your physical body or whatever. And it's like, what if you live in a place that's actually rigged to make you feel nauseous? You know, like something's off because it's not like a normal nausea, it's something else. There was a little rumor going around because people are like, they're making people sick in Center City on purpose. Like, could they use electricity at a higher voltage to upset the balance of your biorhythms? I mean, if you're laying down, there's some weird current that flies above your head and it's like, zzz, you're like, that's weird. What was that? Then something's wrong. And then if you ask people who you're supposed to ask, and all they say is, well, there were no surges or breakdowns in the, whatever you call it, grid system. It's like, oh, well, I know I sound weird saying this, but that actually happened. And in fact, on a couple occasions, I've had what felt like an electrical current zap 2 separate teeth in my mouth. One with a filling, so I could kind of understand, like, and one without, the vampire one, you know, the ones that are pointy. So what's going on? You know, it's sort of like in low-income housing, you would wonder if people are manipulated, like rolling blackouts are a thing from the 60s or 70s. I don't remember when this was in San Francisco or similar, or Southern California. But people in the know brought to awareness the fact that certain large companies seemed to be, you know, having rolling blackouts so people would lose their electricity, causing people to not be able to do things that, you know, causes an inconvenience on a big scale. Are they doing it to save money for themselves, or everybody has a different opinion? But a vira living, that sounds like viral. What if you're in a building that's actually virusy? Or do they mean like videos that go viral? Like you would think like, and why do we use viral? It's like a virus, right? So I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know who comes up with these terms. I don't know why they don't have a more positive term other than viral. You see what I mean? But anyway, just a little food for thought there. I'm not in a position of power or anything. I've contacted a lot of people concerning certain things that have popped up in my experience, and it doesn't really seem to get resolved. People don't. It would have to be a full-time job with a team of like lawyers to actually tackle something, because if you think you live in America where justice happens, think again. You see? So I do see quite a lot. I'm oddly highly trained to read every license plate on the street, and I can recognize most license plates. I'm a little rusty these days, but I wound up in a weird situation that put me through a bunch of stages, and one of the stages was actually reading, reciting, recording every single license plate on every single street and the make and model of every car and what people look at. Like this lady with maroon scrubs, right hand phone or cup, left hand green bag from J. Crew. And I would be able to identify everyone on the street in the same fashion. So, and it's not because I'm crazy, it's because I experienced something crazy by people who thought they ruled the world, I guess. And it's like being on some weird ride, like, Jane, stop this crazy thing. It's a little bit like that. Some people are on a ride and it might be a good ride and they know it because everything works out all the time, like perfectly. They're like, oh, I can't believe I got that. Oh my God, I'm winning basketball, you know. So if you're on the ride and it's good, I guess stay on. But if you're on the ride and it's not good, I don't know what to say. It's hard to get off because it just means the universe decided to control your ass, basically. So anyway, I don't know if it's top secret info, but I never signed anything for secrecy, and I know I experienced something totally weird. And there are people who hadn't seen me for years, and they see me today and they're like, I'm sorry, where's Sharon? You can't be Sharon. You don't look, sound, or act like the Sharon we knew. So, and much to the chagrin of some people,